Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to channel CodeX. This is your host Afzal, and in today's video we're gonna see how to achieve state management with the help of GetX package. GetX is very famous nowadays. People are using for route management, state management, and a lot of other stuff. So I thought, why not to create a tutorial on that. So here is my screen in front of you. So basically we'll be creating this shop application, online shopping, where you have first product, second product, third product, right? This is a list item coming from server. We'll assume that it's coming from server, and then we are adding elements to the cart. So as soon as you you add any element to the cart, the total price here is going to change, and that is done with the help of state management using GetX. If you add another item, it's going to add that in the total figure. And if you notice over here, the cart icon says 2 items are there. So all of this is being achieved with the help of GetX and with very few lines of code. So those who just joined now in the live stream, this is what we are going to create today, something similar to this, or maybe we'll try to create exactly same thing. And to achieve exact same thing, I'm just going to copy paste some of the UI component, not a state management thing what I'm going to teach you, but just a little bit of UI I'll be copying so that we don't waste time in there. The first thing which I do always when I create application, I just delete the home page. Okay, this I don't really like it, to be honest. So inside material app, the first page we have to create. So let's go ahead in our source code, the file structure, and here create all the folders. So I'm going to name views because we are going to follow the MVC pattern. So there will be views folder, there will be models, sorry, not inside views. Inside live folder, we'll create another folder called models and create another folder called controllers. All right, so we have model, view, and controllers. These 3 folders are there. Now let's go ahead and create our first view, which is our page. So I'm going to say new file and say what we can say, shopping page dot dart, and let's create a basic page over here. So I'm going to go a little fast on the UI side because that is not what we have this live stream for. And let's create a stateless widget, shopping page. So notice one thing over here, that I created stateless widget for my page. It's not a stateful widget, because when you're working with GetX, you don't need stateful widget at all, because in a stateful widget you have your state basically lies in the RAM, and you don't want to have that dependency. You can put anything you want, any data you want to remember, you can put inside GetX. So create always stateless widgets inside GetX when you're working with the GetX specifically. And I'm just going to give it a scaffold with a body container. That's fine. And to fix the issue here, I'll just say shopping page. So to the viewers who have just joined, we are creating, again, I'm just repeating myself, we are creating this GetX package. We are demonstrating the GetX state management inside Flutter with the help of a shopping application. All right, so our shopping page is up and running and you cannot see anything. The reason, because it's blank, it has only one container. And what we are going to create over here is one list view, which will show the list of shopping items like products available, and then we will create one label where we will show the total price, and one final button where we'll show the cart items. Yeah, so what we are saying, that we'll have a list view. So what are we waiting for? Just convert this as a column, and inside the children add a list view. So I'm going to use list view.builder, this one, because this is list of products coming from internet. You should use builder for infinite number of items, and the item builder takes, of course, context and the index, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's fine. And inside that, let's return a card. So this is going to be our element of list, and the item count also we don't have as of now. Perfect. So now you have seen that some error happened, and the reason because this list view is inside column, so it needs to know what is the height it's going to be. So I'm just going to wrap with the expanded. Just bear for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to finish this UI part real fast, and then we will talk about the actual implementation. So this list is expanded. Now the error has gone, and let me just put a hard-coded count as well. Item count 5 maybe. Fine, it's not showing up, that's fine. And finally, below this expanded list view, I'm going to add a label which is text, and here we will show the total figure, total amount, okay, whatever is going to be. And finally, let me add a size box also, so that there's a spacing of height 100 pixel. That's all we need. So total amount is being displayed over here. There's a height of 60, and let me just wrap this column inside a safe area so that nothing gets cut off. We have to fetch the items, the shopping items from the server. Okay, so what we are going to do to mock up that, we need a model first, right? How each item is going to look like. So for that, inside a model, I'm going to create a product.dart. So this product.dart will contain the class which specifies our model. So let me just copy paste that. Here I have the product already it's ready with me, so I'm just going to copy paste. Okay, and it's very simple, like it has all the properties. What is the ID of the product, what is the name, what is the image, what is the description, and how much is the price. It's very simple, just for demonstration. Okay, so model we have, view we already created. What else we need is a controller. Okay, so let's go to controller and add new file. I'm going to say shopping, or maybe yeah, shopping controller .dart. Now let's create a class called shopping controller, and this will extend from GetX controller. So let's say GetX controller. We didn't get any suggestion. Why? Because for that we have to add a dependency. So let's leave the class as of now and go to pubspec YAML over here and add a dependency just like that. To work with get, let me show you as well. GetX Flutter. Okay, this is the package which we are going to work with. So make sure to download the latest version, and let me also tell you that this is top 3 most liked Flutter package, and if you're working with GetX, make sure to give them a like. Okay, just like that. I just did it, and let's import this package inside our project. Just copy from here and add it here, just like that. And as soon as you save, you're going to get that package. Basically Visual Studio is going to get that package for you, and now you can safely close this or let it be there. So let's jump back to the controller part, and let's try to extend this from GetX controller. And now you can see the suggestion is coming up for GetX. So I'm just going to import the GetX from State Manager, and now we have the controller in place. So what we need inside controller is the elements which we want to bind to the UI. So if you have ever worked with MVC controller, MVC pattern, you know that the controller has all the properties, all the elements which is going to bind to UI. Okay, so what we want inside shopping application, like shopping page, basically is the list of items, list of product, right? So I'm just going to define list of, or maybe I can just say var. Why to define everything myself? So var shopping items, or let's say products. Yep. Okay, and now what it will be here, you can define, it's going to be list of product. That's it, you're done. So this thing you can bind to your user interface, but what will happen, it's not going to update as the data updates, because to work with GetX controller you have to make it observable. So whenever your data changes, as soon as your user interface, your UI basically should get updated, right? So to achieve that, this is an important point. So this definition is very simple. Like, you have a list of product with you. To make it observable, you do OBS. So now it became observable. So anytime your data is going to change, it's going to update the user interface as well. Okay, so let me bring down that point as well, because in GetX you can achieve, like, you can update your user interface with 3 different methods. There's a get builder, there's a GetX, and there's OBX. Okay, we are not going to talk about get builder, we are not going to talk about OBX. If you want, I can brief that in the end of the tutorial. Basically, OBS is something we are going to work today, because that's a reactive approach and it works just fine, and I just love it. So you should also prefer working with OBS, unless you have a requirement where you don't want a single extra bit of memory. You are very restricted with the RAM. So go ahead with get builder and it will work for you. But in get builder, you have to update your data manually. Okay, and with OBS, you just update your data at any point of time, and it's going to reflect the UI automatically. So I hope till this point people are clear. We just created a list of products and it made it observable. Let me know in the comment section whether you guys are enjoying the tutorial or not, whether you are understanding what I'm trying to say. Now, in your controller, you get all the states just like your page. So there's an on init, there's a close, there's an update. So every information, every event you will be getting inside your controller. So as soon as you create this controller, you can trigger certain commands. So say for example, I'm just going to override. What happened? Override init method. Okay, on init. So what will happen on init, I'm just going to call the API, like not going to call API exactly, but we'll try to simulate that. So we will try to simulate something that we are fetching the data from internet, and then we are updating this list of products to show it to viewer. So I'm going to say fetch products. Okay, and let's define this method over here, void fetch products. And of course, this method is going to be async because it's going to interact with the internet, like we are simulating that. What happened? Okay, fine. So in here, what I'm going to do to simulate an internet call, I'm just going to fake it by future.delayed and duration of maybe 1 second. 1 second duration. So I'm just going to delay it, and after that I'm going to say maybe server response. So this is what server response came, list of product. I can just remove it. Okay, so this is what came from server. You just try to understand that. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that data from here existing project. So these items like first, second, and third product, it came from the API. Just assume that as of now. All right, and this product result, whatever came from API, we are going to assign to our observable instance. So products, we are going to update the value basically over here. I'll just say, sorry, products dot value is equal to this new data which came from the API. So let's just collapse it so that you don't see it what I'm doing over here. So you got the point, right? In your GetX controller, you can create observable items just like that, and on init you can call APIs if you want. It combines high performance state management. Yeah, T-Shastra, it has a lot of feature. GetX has a lot of feature over other things, so you should consider using it. Okay, let's move in our tutorial. So our model is ready, our view is ready, and now our controller is also ready. We have the products which we can bind to the user interface. We have fetched the initial data. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I was just waiting because of these lights. The AC is turned on still. It's very hot. All right, so our MVC, all 3 are ready. We just have to link it up. Now it's very important, pay attention over here what I'm trying to do now. Am I in the right file? It's online shop, yes. So in our shopping page, now what I will do is create an instance of our controller. So our page, our view should know where our controller resides. So I'm just going to say final shopping controller is equal to, we have to create a new instance of that. So I'll say shopping controller, just like that. So now you notice that we have the instance of controller with us. To use it some other point, to use later on in the project, we can use dependency injection, which is preferred way for defining controllers. So you just say get.put, and now with get.put, what basically you are saying that create this controller and put it in the dependency. So anytime in the later on, when you're later on in the hierarchy, you want to achieve, you want to fetch this data, you can use the same controller, same instance of it. And let's resolve it by get. So everything is fine. So this is how you define the dependency injection, and basically you can skip that if you don't want to use it further, but this is recommended. All right, so we got the instance of our controller. Now using that controller, what I have to do is make this list view always listen to the data inside controller. So what we have to do for that, we have to wrap this list view inside a GetX. So I'm just going to say wrap it with a stream builder so that I get the implementation of builder and everything. This is a shortcut which I use. Okay, I thought I will show you manually, but that didn't work well. So I just wrap it with a stream builder and just change it to GetX. Now you have the full template with you. You don't have to change anything. Just instead of object, you specify it's a shopping controller. There's no stream, remove it, and the output which it gives is just the controller. Okay, now everything should work fine. Perfect. It's just perfect. So what we have done, we have wrapped our list view. Let me just show you the mobile screen as well. Okay, there are some errors going on. We'll fix that. So we have wrapped our list view inside GetX widget, and that is going to provide us with a shopping controller, and then we can fetch all the information using this controller. Okay, so I'm just going to use this controller and ask for the products. This products is something which we created earlier, and here we are going to use the length of the product basically. So now our project compiles, everything is fine, but nothing shows up because maybe this card is empty. So let me just copy the card as well real quick. I hope you guys are getting the point which I'm trying to make here. It's just a very simple setup kind of thing. So this entire card I'm just going to copy from here to here, so that we don't waste time creating the user interface. Perfect. Now it had started giving some error, and that error is because of the products controller. So what we can use is the shopping controller. So previously I used, or even better, I can use just controller over here. Okay, and what happens on the raise button, that I will tell you later on, because that's a different story altogether. Now let's save and try to run. Perfect. Simple, right? So we got all these elements. Now let me just restart, and you will notice that it takes 1 second to load the data, and then this item comes. So basically what is happening at the beginning, we are calling the shopping controller. Here it's going, the command is going to this controller, and when it's initializing, that time it's going to make a API call, or from wherever you want to fetch the data, either from database or anywhere, and that you just update the product's value, this product, and this list view is going to continuously listen to it. So if you add any extra element, it's just going to update in front of you. So far so good. Let me know in the comment section whether you guys are getting the point, whether you guys are enjoying the tutorial. And let me just also provide a background color so that you can differentiate between the list item. Okay, I'm just going to say colors.teal, and it looks just nice. Okay, now when I say add to cart, nothing happens because I just commented it out. So basically now we completed the 50% of our tutorial, like how to achieve GetX. Like this list which you have which you are seeing right now on top here is achieved with the help of GetX. So anytime you get a new data in the server, it's going to update automatically, right? You can write any logic you want. So let's not waste time and move on, because we have almost completed 45 minutes. So let's move on the next part of this tutorial, where I'm going to add elements to the cart. So for that, again, we need another controller which will manage everything related to cart. So try to understand this thing, that controllers are based on the functionality and not based on the page. So this is the general mistake people do, because when we say that view MVC, model view controller, so for each view there's a controller, it's not like that. The controller is basically a functionality. So your one controller can be shared across two pages, your one page can have two controllers. It's just matter of the functionality. So we fetch the list of item, maybe it came from search or something. Now we have to add to cart, so we need cart functionality here. So what I'm going to do, go to controllers, create a new file. This time I'm going to call cart controller .dart. Again, same practice we have to do, create a class, controller, and this will extends yes from GetX controller. It's very simple, right? And what we need here again is a list of items which you have added in the cart. So I'm just going to copy that information. Where is the thing? I can just close this main.dart. I don't want pubspec YAML. Okay, so here we have list of products. I'm just going to copy and put inside cart controller, because in cart controller also we need list of products. And to be specific, I'll call cart items. Perfect. Now again, whenever you add two cart items, it's going to update. So you can write a method add to cart, and here you provide the cart item. So I'm just going to pass in the product over here, and this particular product it will add in the cart. So basically here cart items dot add the product. It's that simple. So anytime from any page you're calling this method add to cart, it is going to update this item, and wherever is listening to the cart items, they are going to get the updated data. So it's that cool. Like from your search page, you're in some product history page or wish list page or wherever, you just call this functionality add to cart using the cart controller, of course. That will add elements to the cart items, and when you open your cart exactly, that time you will find all those elements. So that's how controller really helps to modularize your code. All right. So we have the basic functionality which we wanted. We are not going to do anything on init. We are just going to call this method. So let's go to the shopping page from here and uncomment these two lines. So the data will be coming from this controller, the product we'll be adding, and cart controller, we don't have that instance. So let's go ahead and define that. So I'm going to say final cart controller, C capital, camel casing you have to follow, that's a good practice. And again get.put cart controller, that's it. So one more point I wanted to tell you, that one time you put something in the dependency like cart controller I just created now, you don't have to create it again. Like entire life cycle of the application until you destroy this page, it's going to be there in the dependency. So like from this page you're navigating to the next page, there also you can find this controller. You just have to write get.find and it will work totally fine. So each page you don't have to do that. It's a one-time process because it's a dependency injection. So we have the cart controller now. On click of this add cart button, using that cart controller we are adding to cart, and what we are adding, product at this index. So let's just rerun the application. Sorry. So here our products are loaded. I just added to cart, added to cart, added to cart, but you didn't see anything. Why? Because the total amount is not updating. There's nothing to see, right? The results are not displayed. So quickly, let's add this total amount also observable, make it observable, not observable, make it listenable. So I'm just going to wrap this with Stream Builder, and you know the reason why I'm wrapping with Stream Builder, so that I can convert it to GetX. Okay, and it accepts type of card controller. There's no stream for sure. And I remember there's a plugin available in Visual Studio Code. With the help of that, you can easily get these templates. So I recommend using that, but I don't have it installed. Maybe at the end of this live stream I will install it. So I'm just going to say controller over here. Perfect. So this text is now wrapped inside GetX. So anytime there's a change in the total amount, we are going to get the data back. So you will be thinking, we just created in the card controller list of items, how we are going to get the total amount, right? Something happened. Yeah, because we are not using this controller anywhere. So let it be read for some time. So what I'm going to do now is find the total amount this cart items has, because each item has some price. So I'm just going to find the total amount. So I'll just say total amount, or maybe say total price is equal to this cart items, of course, which we have observable, and I'm just going to fold it. The initial value will be 0, and let's say we'll store in the sum for each item. And now I'm going to say sum plus item dot price. Now this is basic Dart stuff. Like if you are into Dart programming, you should know this. And if you don't know, then you can Google around how to sum up something, how to aggregate something, how to find distinct items. Okay, some notification, what it is, I cannot see it. Okay, somebody subscribed, so thank you so much for subscribing. Ali Husseinov, thank you so much. So here it's saying that some issue is happening, because now you notice over here cart items is not just a simple list of product, it's a RX list of product, like it's observable thing. So no issue, we can access the exact list also. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake, something. Let me make this property, or how I can do that. Let me check my previous code, so that, yeah, card items only I'm using. What's wrong in that? Come on. Maybe we need to define the data type here. Double get. Perfect, now it worked. So basically, instead of creating a property, I just created what do we call, instead of creating a field, I just created a property. So when you define get, it becomes a property of that class, particular class. So we are finding the total price is the sum of all the cart items. So all the cart items price we are fetching and putting in the total price. And this time we don't have to make it observable. We don't have to write .obs in front of it, because this is listening to the cart items. So anytime your cart item changes, it is automatically going to update, and whoever is listening to that is also going to update. So that's the beauty over there. You don't have to make every property which relies on the observable, make it observable, because it's very simple. It works automatically. Now I'm going to say total amount in dollar. So, and what we have to use dollar, this for symbol. What happened? Controller dot, yes, total price. Okay, and now let's just save it. Let's see. Yeah, so now you can see that the total price is 0, or maybe if you cannot see it, I can make it visible. So I'm just going to provide text style, font size of 32, and color, sorry, all right, now at least you can see it. So we have the total amount of 00 and let me just add something in the cart. So I just click add cart. You can see $30 added over here. So without entire page rebuilding, without everything happening again, this scenario we are updating both the widgets. So as soon as we are changing data, it's going to add that element in the cart, like the total price is getting updated. So we have seen now how cart controller also works. And now one last thing I'm going to do is add a functionality for the cart count basically, and that is also going to be very simple stuff, just like that. So this is like a cherry on the cake. We have every functionality on the present. We'll just create something which represents actual cart value. So I'm just going to create a number of items. So this will be integer, of course, a get property, and we'll say cart or maybe count. And this will come from where? Cart items dot length. It's as simple as that. You don't have to make it observable. It's already listening to the cart items because it works on the cart. It is related to cart item. As soon as it updates, it's going to fetch that value. So now we have another property to work with. I'm just going to define this is the body. I'm just going to define a floating action button over here. Floating action button. Come on, give me a suggestion. Okay, so here we go. Let me just format it so that you can see it. 43 people are watching. Thank you so much guys for staying in this video. Let me take some question as well before I write that final controller. Now you can see that the cart item is over here. So before I write that final functionality, let me take some comments. Bro, can we make one file where we instantiate every controllers? Exactly, you can do that. You can write everything inside your main class. So if you want, you have asked very good question, Numan. Thank you so much for that. And I was about to tell you at the end. So here, once your project starts, that time you can write every controller over here, like get.put, first controller, second controller, third controller, and then you can use in your entire application. But sometimes if you want to save memory, if you don't want that things which are not used to reside in the memory, that time you can create on your page and destroy as soon as the page destroys. So that destroying part, it's actually handled by GetX very good. Like as soon as your page will destroy, it will automatically destroy. You don't have to do anything. But if you want every controller to be initialized at first go, you can write it over here. No issue with that. Okay, so where are we? We are writing this floating action button where we are going to update the cart items count. So let me give the icon. I'm just going to say icons dot cart, something related to cart, how that looks. Okay, and also let me change the background color. Colors dot amber I used, and it just looked fine to me. And maybe this icon can be of color black. I'm not sure. Fine. So the text part over here. Now notice the beauty of GetX or the Flutter itself. You don't have to update whenever there's a count updated for the cart item. You don't have to update entire floating action button, entire button with the shadow, with the image of cart. You don't have to update everything. You just update this text which is having the count. So I'm just going to wrap this again with a stream builder, and sorry about that, I didn't install that plugin. I will recommend you guys, I'll put link in the description for that plugin for VS Code. That will give you suggestion just like stream builder suggestion, so you can wrap with the GetX. I'm just going to say GetX real quick, and it works with cart controller. There's no stream, and in return it gives controller to work with. Little bit of you know, I just remember these things now. So what we have to show here, controller dot count. and this count is integer, so I'll make it, sorry, to string. Okay, reload, and let's change the color as well. One thing I don't like about the text widget is that to just simply change your color of the text, you have to write styles and all those stuff. So they should have thought about this. Like it's good to have something modularized, but this is a very common thing. Like you change your text color very often, so they should have given this option upfrontly. Yep. Let me put comma so that it is nice formatted. Let's say font size also to 24 pixel and save everything. And now one final time I'm going to show you this entire thing in action. So this is our project loaded. It took 1 second to load from the internet, and that we have defined. If you say 2 seconds, it will take 2 seconds and whatever, like just to demonstrate that it's fetching from the internet. Okay, and I'm going to say add this item to cart, $30 added, one item added to cart, add this item. Now you see the price $79.5 and 2 items in the cart. Now you can write any functionality which you want. If you click on this, you want to go to the next page and show entire cart item there, you can do that, of course. And that is the part of GetX tutorial with navigation and route management, so which I'm going to plan next week, maybe with the live stream, maybe with the recorded video, but of course I will plan the route management as well. And it's super duper easy. You just write get.to and the name of page and it's done. It's very simple. What I have done so far, let me just summarize that. So we created this MVC pattern. So here it is, model, view, controller. Model is the the model of the page, like what you want to show it there. The controller is something which is driving the page basically, and the view is something is your user interface. All right, so thank you once again for joining the live stream. I hope you guys learned something. Give it a like if you have, and provide your feedback in the comment section. Keep liking the video, keep providing your comments so that my videos get ranked top on the YouTube. That will be your contribution. And again, requesting you guys to take a membership. In return of that, I am promising 1 video per month. Last month also I did a live stream for my members. There were only 2 members at that point of time, so after live stream ended, I just deleted it. And again, if you guys are taking membership, I'm going to do this week members only, members dedicated video this week. So make sure to take subscription of my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. You can write in the comment section if you want. I'll be available for next 2 minutes with the ending screen. See you guys in the next one.